Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Ayoka, and for today's video, I'll be sharing with you my October TBR. I have a few books here. Some of the books I haven't received yet. I don't know if I'm going to get physical copies of them. So I'm gonna show you guys these. So on the list, I have 4 physical copies, and I'll be reading 2 ebooks. One is from the book club, and then the other one is one I discovered at the bookstore the other day. So I decided to read it. Okay, so the first book is Coraline. Many of you might already know the book. Well, most of you might already know the movie, but there is a book to it, and this is like the original book. This is what the movie was based off of. When Coraline steps through a door to find another house strangely similar to her own, only better, things seem marvelous. But there's another mother there, and another father, and they want her to stay and be their little girl. They want to change her and never let her go. Coraline will have to fight with all her wits and courage if she is to save herself and return to her ordinary life. So like I said, this is the original Coraline version by Neil Gaiman. I hope I pronounced that right. Gaiman. I don't know, but it's by Mr. Neil. So yeah, this is one of the first books I added to my TBR list because I saw a lot of edits on TikTok about the Coraline remastered. So I decided, you know what, let me get the original version because I love the Coraline movie. So yeah, here it is. Next book on my TBR list is The Getaway by Lamar Giles. Okay, so The Getaway is about these workers and families living in this famous resort. It's something like Disney, but outside of the resort, disaster strikes and an apocalypse begins. And now people start going missing within the resort, and in their place, rich and powerful families start arriving, but they have no plans of leaving. So now it's up to the main character and his friends and family to survive this resort and apocalypse. I feel like out of all the books, I'm super excited to read this one, and I don't know if I might read this one first or last, but yeah, that's what this one is about. And once again, it's The Getaway by Lamar Giles. Okay, so the next book is Behind Closed Doors, and it's about this couple. They're like the neighborhood couple. Everybody looks up to them. The man is powerful and wealthy and handsome, and the woman is just elegance and grace. But the thing is, nobody sees the woman outside the house, and people are starting to wonder, like, why are the doors chained up and why do the windows have grills and stuff like that. So I guess the book discusses that. So I'll read the summary behind it for you guys. Okay. He has looks and wealth. She has charm and elegance. He's a dedicated attorney who has never lost a case. She's a flawless homemaker, a masterful gardener and cook, and dotes on her disabled younger sister. Though they are still newlyweds, they seem to have it all. You might not want to like them, but you do. You're hopelessly charmed by the ease and comfort of their home, by the graciousness of the dinner parties they throw. You like to get to know Grace better, but it's difficult because you realize Jack and Grace are inseparable. Some might call this true love. Others might wonder why Grace never answers the phone, or why she can never meet for coffee even though she doesn't work. How she can cook such elaborate meals but remain so slim, or why she never seems to take anything with her when she leaves the house, not even a pen, or why there is such a high security metal shutter on all the windows downstairs. Some might wonder what's really going on once the dinner party is over and the front door is closed. I think honestly the neighbors should just mind their business, you know? Because what if the man is trying to protect his wife from somebody? You know, let's not judge here. So the last physical book that I have on my TBR list is Ask for Andrea. So it's basically about this serial killer that murdered these 3 women, and now they're in the spirit world and they want to seek vengeance on him. So I'll read the summary for you guys.
Of course.
James Carson has gotten away with murder 3 times. The only thing that might stop him from killing again, the 3 women he murdered. He hunted them online, masquerading as an eligible bachelor. Then he played the perfect gentleman, a thick layer of charm and a 1,000-watt smile, hiding the fact that his first date ended in shallow graves. But what James doesn't know is that his 3 victims have found each other, and they're coming for him. Brescia, Megan, and Sky might be dead, but they're not gone, and they won't rest until they find a way to keep him from killing again. The hunt is on. So these are the 4 physical copies that I have. I think I have a good list going on right here, and I feel like these will keep me occupied for the month of October until spooky season ends. And now let me tell you guys about my... Okay, so the first book is The Final Girl Support Group. I actually saw this in the bookstore and it seemed interesting to me, so I decided to add it to my TBR list. So we all know that in horror movies, the final girl is the girl that survives whatever the movie is about, whatever the slasher movie is about. And this book is about all these final girls coming together in this support group and discussing their traumas and all the things they went through during that period of their life. But then one of the final girls doesn't show up for the support group meeting, and they start to worry and they realize that somebody has figured out that this support group exists, and they're now trying to bring back this trauma for them, and they're hunting them down. So it's now up to the support group and the girls, the final girls, to figure out how to stop this person before it's too late. In horror movies, the final girl is the one who's left standing when the credits roll. The one who fought back, defeated the killer, and avenged her friends. The one who emerges bloodied but victorious. But after the sirens fade and the audience moves on, what happens to her? Lynette is a real-life final girl who survived a massacre 20 years ago, and it has defined every day of her life since. And she's not alone. For more than a decade, she's been meeting with 5 other actual final girls and their therapists in a support group for those who survived the unthinkable, putting their lives back together piece by piece. That is until one of the women misses a meeting and Lynette's worst fears are realized. Someone knows about the group and is determined to take their lives apart again, piece by piece. But the thing about these final girls is that they have each other now. And no matter how bad the odds, how dark the night, how sharp the knife, they will never, ever give up. All right, I think I like that one more than The Getaway, but it's not a competition. Well, after I read it, we'll know which one was better. But I feel like this one is a little bit more interesting than The Getaway. And honestly, I'm excited to read all the books that I have on my TBR list. But, you know, some are on the list, you know, they're higher. The last book on my TBR list was selected in my book club. I recently joined a book club, and for the month of October, they chose Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper, and I will give y'all the summary because I haven't read this book yet. They sent it out this morning, so I'll tell you guys what the book is about. Emmy Harlow is a witch, but not a very powerful one, in part because she hasn't been home to the magical tongue of Thistle Grove in years. Her self-imposed exile has a lot to do with a complicated family history and a desire to forge her own way in the world. And only the very tiniest bit to do with Garrett Blackmore, heir to the most powerful magical family in town, and casual breaker of hearts and destroyer of dreams. But when a spellcasting tournament that her family serves as arbiters for approaches, it turns out the pull of tradition or the truly impressive parental guilt trip that comes with it is strong enough to bring Emmy back. She is determined to do her familial duty, spend some quality time with her best friend Lyndon Thorne, and get back to her real life in Chicago. On her first night home, Emmy runs into Talia Avramov. Well, that's an interesting last name. Avramov, an all-around badass, adept in the darker magical arts, who is fresh off a bad breakup with Garrett Blackmore. Talia had let herself be charmed, only to discover that Garrett was also seeing Lyndon, unbeknownst to either of them, and now she and Lyndon want revenge. Only one question stands. Is Emmy in? But most concerning of all, why can't she stop thinking about the terrifyingly competent, devastatingly gorgeous, wickedly charming Talia Avramov? That's an interesting last name. Okay, so those are all the books that I have on my TBR list. I'm not sure if I'll be adding more, but I'll try to get through these first before I decide I want to add anything else to my TBR list. So I think I have an interesting pile going on here, and I'll let you guys know at the end of October how I feel about all these books, and I'll be doing a reading wrap up for you. Anything else? I don't have anything else to say. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, and if you've been here before, hi again and bye again. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Bye.